So when you look over this hotel in New York City, and it states that it was 119, right? So they didn't include tax yet. So this is for 1 day, and it accumulates to the total amount of 40, not 119. That's 140 per day. While on the other hand, the multi-quantum artificial intelligence knows that be back and it happens. It makes sure and it knows that want the owner to change the rent, so it does it simultaneously. It does it alike, one alike, make it one alike, so it can happen. So you can see this paper here for the motel room that I'm living in, and this is in Florida, and it states you're gonna all right. They change it. It was 199, now it's 205. This is 205 per week, and this is 140 per day. Now there's a big difference between that. All right, a very big difference between that, and just going here and spend up your money. This place is gonna drain your money as quickly as possible because of the tax. Look at this tax. This tax is ridiculous. All right, and look at the rent. The difference between it. This is per week, 205 per week. And this is 140 per day. So this is what the multi-agent quantum artificial intelligence is doing. There's a big. It's either I had to make a decision, and not only that, it has to work with my mother entirely and also my sister. But my sister entirely, I know she's gonna get worked up by it and start crying, saying, "No, we're not going. Oh, we're not going there to New York." This is the reason why I wanted to avoid New York City. When I talk about top class businesses competing with other businesses, so they can make the state of New York, I mean the state of New York City, look good globally as advertised, look good as how it advertise New York City globally. Like people in New York City, I mean people in Tokyo and many different countries are completely aware of how such a busy city is being, have a whole bunch of different businesses, and it's popular. Manhattan itself is a center, of when it comes to business entirely. That's what makes New York City in itself. When you think about the World Trade Center and how it actually globally affected humanity itself, and that people made changes to the airports and airplanes. So this is what it does here. This multi-agent quantum artificial intelligence. You see what I'm talking about? There's no way that my mom and me and my sister's gonna survive in this, in that state, New York City, because we couldn't survive in the very first place after our family. And right, my mom built up first when she got to New York City. As a child, she built up first, went to school. They managed to allow her to get a proper job. But at the end, around 2008, is where things started happening. Changes. The job closed up and she became unemployed. And didn't get a job after that, after her hospital closed up. So there's an option here. It's either stay here, or it's either go to this expensive place, or it's either go to a different state. Not that is not in New York. That's not New York. All right, go to a different state that is away from New York, away from New York, or get out of this country itself, because this country is being managed ridiculously. The states, like I said about the states, how the terrorists, how the legitimate governments create terrorists, and since they create terrorists, it's done for making changes within the United States, and that affects the living conditions. Work is part of living condition. School is part of the living condition. All right. Those are the reasons why people live, being not only live, be able to manage because of school and work, and also government's benefits. It is also that the governments can give benefits to people who, who recently came out of jail and make them stay in motels and hotels because it's a business, or people who abuse themselves with chemical substances because it's a business. Those are businesses. Those are how, not only business, those businesses are part of the human experimentation. You're being managed. Human beings are not supposed to be managed in the very first place. It's being the whole manage and business is a complete form of experimentation itself. This is ridiculous. And tax. Look at this tax. New York tax. Ridiculous. Wow. My mother is really desperate out here, and my sister is extremely desperate to get out of here. So it works with it. Continues. All right, so I'm done with this video.